When you ask a flat earther how anything works on a flat earth.
And you will never know. I will never show.
Good day, gentle people. It's your favorite Mr. 42. I don't feel much like talking today. I can't explain why, at least not in the first minute. Let's go.
So this is supposedly a real picture from space. This is the infamous Himawari, heavily debunked.
No!
If you haven't seen already, go to Paul on the Plane Faking Space.
No! No!
And he drops a link to Himawari's website where they openly admit that it's a collective data set.
Collected, so real data and not fake.
Overlaid on the 2012 NASA Blue Marble. They just take
Because fuck you, that's why. Not you the viewer, just in general.
all the weather data and other data and overlay it.
Get on with it.
This, you see what we see pretty much. This is Australia. We can't see any of Africa, any of North America over there. See, I guess Japan, a little bit of Asia, China. But so let's go to Google Earth and see what we see there. So it's lined up pretty decent, but already it looks a little misaligned. Like Asia looks like it's sticking out past the midpoint of Australia.
So what?
But this is, what we would consider to be half, maybe a little less than half of the globe. So we rotate over, cutting off where Madagascar's in range, and look, we only see about half of South America. To me, that doesn't make sense. This should be the other half, or at least close to the other half of a globe.
I tried to match his view as close as possible, and he's below 25,000 kilometers altitude, which is more than the default, so he knows how this works.
Let's rotate some more. So to me, this is giving him the benefit of the doubt as far as being about half of South America. It might have been a little more than half, but now this is the third rotation, and we still can't see Australia.
Increase the distance, moron.
If anybody remembers July 9th, we had a day where 90% of the Earth's population was in sunlight, and they said 67% of the Earth itself was in sunlight. So if the sun's rays can see 67%, or even 60%, or even 50%, then why can't the Himawari?
Let me give you two hints. Here's the first, and this the second. Have you never seen a ball in your life before? Next video, please.
So he pumped out all the air in the chamber and created the strongest vacuum he could, and now he's going to put it underwater. So let's see what happens.
It definitely floats. Actually, it's even more buoyant now than when it had air in it.
That's crazy. To me, that's enough to have to rewrite physics with gravity.
It's excellent evidence that gases have mass. That's it.
How can it be more buoyant with nothing in it? It's displacing the same amount of water.
There's less mass.
So there's got to be something in it, because I don't believe in nothing and there's energy in there.
For the sake of argument, let's say you're right. What's the weight of this energy compared to air?
Because you're floating vacuum chamber. Okay, so we should be able to get a good view underwater with the GoPro. Okay, let's get it sinking. Okay, I'm gonna open it up. 3, 2, 1. So the pressure still isn't going up. But the pressure isn't going up at all. See the pressure? Still a low vacuum.
So he's filled it up partially with water, and there's still no pressure at all. And there's no air bubbling up out of there.
I'll let you think about why that is. So you can see there's no air bubbles coming out of this, but we're just filling up the volume. Whoa. Sucks in my finger. Whoa, there's like strong pressure waves shaking the whole vacuum chamber. So it's interesting, the bubbles that you see in there are not actually air bubbles. It looks like it's shooting in, making air bubbles, but it's actually nothing bubbles.
Oh, I think he made a mistake there. Those are bubbles of water vapor.
I mean, there's a little bit of air in there, but it's pretty much, these are bubbles of vacuum.
So bubbles of vacuum, bubbles of nothing. I don't believe that there could be bubbles of nothing.
Yeah, no, look up cavitation.
So there's not many ways that the ether shows itself, but this to me is one possible way, because how else can you describe it?
If ether was a real thing, it would bubble out of it. Debunked again. Next video.
Dum Dum Show's back. You gotta love it. Have you taken a look at fucking NASA? Have you taken a look at anything that they have done at all? Take a look at it. Pick a year. Pick anything that you want. You want to go back to 67, or do you want to go back to Russian?
That's not NASA.
The China tapes.
That's not NASA.
Just 4 years ago, not even 2 years ago. What are they doing? They're on the dark side of the moon, aren't they? Why don't we have any fucking photographs of that? Why don't we have any videos of the dark side of the moon?
This video clip was made by Ebb as it flew above the surface of the moon that we don't see from Earth, from the North Pole towards the South Pole. The far side of the moon is extremely rugged. The surface also contains many impact craters, which are preserved features from asteroids that hit the moon's surface after it formed.
Except that pathetic little fucking thing that they give you, this live feed, which is absolutely the most ridiculous thing that I've ever seen in my fucking life.
He doesn't understand it, therefore fake.
I thank you for subbing. I thank you for viewing my videos.
The rotation of the Earth. Again. Nobody's ever observed the Earth rotating. And I'm just making this a quick video to prove to you that you have to have faith in an idea that the Earth's rotating in order to believe it's rotating. You have a lot of faith in your gyroscope or your... See, and none of this shows the Earth rotating anyway.
A 15-degree-per-hour drift.
Thanks, Bob.
Like a pendulum swinging, that doesn't show the Earth rotating. You might believe it does. It's a belief. It's faith. You have a religion called heliocentrism.
You ignoring measurements and observations means you are in the religion. Deal with it.
Get out of it.
And these fleurs still wonder why they are seen as morons. Anyway, way too much talking for my mood today. See you, bye. And don't panic.